Well, alright, a writer request is a perk added on to an artist contract, and they're usually pretty reasonable. But reasonable is boring, so we're gonna look at diva requests, the most absurd, hilarious, and downright childish requests from our favorite celebrities. Starting us out is the pop wonder boy sensation Justin Bieber, who has had a horde of adoring fans since the age of 16, around the time he was discovered. By now, he must be used to getting attention and having everyone say yes all the time. Having a unique childhood can lead to understandably odd behavior, like requesting that nobody communicates with him directly, or in the days of his fledgling relationship with Selena Gomez, that nobody plays any of her songs. Bieber wasn't alone in his relationship drama antics. Selena Gomez reportedly could not have anyone utter the name Justin during the shooting of an Adidas commercial. What is it with celebrity drama that people named Justin can come under crossfire because of the whims of teenage love? Is it unreasonable to control how people speak in these cases? What if one of the crew on set was named Justin? I guess you're fired. Van Halen put bizarre writer requests on the map. They famously requested a bowl of M&Ms backstage with the brown ones removed. While you might be perplexed as to why anyone would care about removing a candy color from the mix, after all, let's face it, the colors all taste the same. Their reasoning was pretty sound. David Lee Roth claims that it was a test to determine how thoroughly these contracts were read by the people putting on the show. One show they played, where the onstage weight requirements were clearly stipulated, almost caused them to lose their lives as the stage collapsed from beneath their feet. Since then, checking the bowl of M&Ms for brown shells has been sort of an insurance policy. Now, we don't have too much dirt on Adele, but this one incident is a good indicator of letting her status get to her head. Spending time at a resort hotel for celebrities probably had some effect on her. While they claimed to have some of the best ovens available, the singer-songwriter was insistent that the hotel staff picked up food from her favorite pizzeria, 70 miles away. So a staff member made the trip and came back 4 hours later, after the pop star had already fallen asleep. Can you say cold pizza for breakfast? Lindsay Lohan has had a hard time in the media. Battling her inner demons and attachment to booze can lead to some disastrous blunders. After breaking up with her Russian fiancé, Igor Tarabasov, she was contacted by a Russian talk show host, interested in interviewing her about the relationship. It reportedly took a few days for Lindsay to agree and drop the vodka and go into the studio. But even crazier was her request for a 1-year Russian visa and a meeting with Vladimir Putin. Very bizarre. We're not too sure why Putin would want to meet a young, beautiful Hollywood bad girl. At least maybe they'd both enjoy the vodka. Katy Perry's requests are kind of weird and psychedelic. She asks for egg-colored chairs, cream or soft pink-colored drapes in the dressing room, and a fridge with a glass door. It's about more than just decor with Perry, though. She also asks the chauffeur provided to her does not speak to her, her guests, her fans, nor look at her for too long from the rear-view mirror, and especially not ask for her autograph while driving. Well, that last one makes sense, but not being spoken to? Really? To each their own. One of Perry's idols, Madonna, has been famous since the 80s for her catchy tunes and hyper-sexed image. Maybe Katy got the flowers idea from Madonna because it's known that her writer requests include white and light pink lilies and roses. And perhaps the oddest request on this list, a new toilet seat for every venue. Well, who's to judge her for that? Wouldn't we all love a sterile toilet seat wherever we went? You can never be too careful. The award for most fun request on this list goes to the band Queen, who on one of their tours requested a mud bath outside their dressing room and people to be the mud wrestlers for post-show entertainment. We can see how it can blow off some steam to watch a bunch of people slip and slide in the mud after you've played your anthems to tens of thousands of roaring fans in a stadium. Hey, you do what you gotta do. Now don't be fooled by the writer requests she's got. She's still Jenny from the block, right? Jennifer Lopez, or J-Lo, is so high on our list because she's known for being one of the most diva of the divas. She basically requests that everything be white. White couch, white flowers, white tablecloth, white drapes, white candles, white everything. What's more, she's asked for abundant hotel rooms to house her traveling troupe of stylists and hairdressers. On the more humble side of things, and probably telling of some childhood nostalgia, J-Lo requests that a VCR and CD player must absolutely be available. For the top of our list, one of the craziest of them all is rocker Axl Rose, whose demands approach a new level of diva. Up until 2010, the man would require that his dressing room be all black and decorated with red and white roses, which is almost as weird as his request for a cubic melon. A cubic melon. We totally get his request for 7 types of cheese, but a cubic melon? Maybe this is some sort of insurance test, like Van Halen. Of course, we just want to point out that the diva queen of them all is Mariah Carey. But since she has the most hit singles for a solo female artist of all time, and possibly the longest rider, we'll give her a future list all to her own. Now it's your turn. You're a famous rock star. You have all the money in the world, and you're surrounded by people saying yes all the time. So what do you ask for in your dressing room? Please subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button.